How's it going? Dr. J here with another inspiring message of health. And as part of our Line to Thrive series, I'm going to be talking about posture and how it relates to health and how posture can actually affect your energy levels. You're not going to want to miss this one, so stay tuned. So remember how your mom always told you to sit up straight, stand up straight? She'd usually slap you on the back side of the head and tell you to straighten up your posture. Well, your mom had it right, just like my mom had it right. Posture is really a window into your spine. And let me just tell you, poor posture is the #1 cause of back pain. If you have poor posture, you are going to feel it. Your muscles are going to tighten up and it's going to exhaust your energy over time. So let me tell you what good posture looks like. As a chiropractor, what I do when I analyze somebody's posture, from the front, what we should see is that the head is level. So there should be no tilt of the head. We call that head tilt. The shoulders should be level with the hips. So your shoulders should be in a neutral position with the tops of your pelvis. Everything should be nice and lined up there. Now the legs should be straight and not internally or externally rotated, okay? More importantly, from the side, what we should see is that the ears are in a center position with the shoulders. The shoulders are lined up with the center of the hips are lined up with the center of the knees, and you should be able to draw a line from your earlobes down through the center of your ankles. Everything should be lined up. Now, one of the most common poor postures that we see in our office is somebody will come walking in and their shoulders will be rounded forward like this and their head will be shifted forward like this, okay? When the head shifts forward of the shoulders like that, that's called forward head posture. And for every inch that your head moves forward of your shoulders, it adds an additional 10 pounds of stress and pressure on your spine. So imagine this, okay? Imagine if you were holding a 25-pound weight out in front like this, okay? Now your head weighs between 10, 15 pounds, okay? So if your head and neck is way forward like this, guess how much stress and strain that's going to put at the base of the neck. Oftentimes what will happen is the traps will tighten up in effort to pull the head back into a more neutral position. Now what causes forward head posture is just day-to-day life, okay? So through our day-to-day life, we endure a lot of stress. And what happens is, you know, because we spend so much time sitting down and sitting in our cars and driving, our heads shift forward like this. We sit down at work, we work for 8 to 10 hours a day, typing away at a computer like this, and then you grab your cell phone, and then, you know, unfortunately with technology, you're looking down at your cell phone like this, and we call that text neck. Literally, I see 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds with complete losses of curve in their neck, all because they sit there, play their video games like this. They're on their parents' phone. They're, you know, watching YouTube videos. I've even seen, you know, 3-year-olds, 2-year-olds know how to use a cell phone now. Scroll up, select their YouTube videos, and then they're staring down at it like this. That is absolutely terrible for your neck. So there's an exercise that you can do, okay? There's an exercise that you can do not only with yourself, but I'd recommend doing this exercise with your kids. So here's what you want to do. If you shift your head forward of your shoulders, round your shoulders forward like this, okay? And what you're gonna wanna do is try to take a deep breath in. And as you try to breathe in, you'll notice that you feel a lot of restriction there, okay? You'll notice that it just feels very stressful and you can't take in as much air. Then what you wanna do with yourself or your kids, bring the shoulders back, head in neutral position, now take a deep breath in, and you'll notice a drastic difference. Way less stress, you're taking in more air, more freely now, and there's no interference there. And that's because when your head moves forward of your shoulders and your shoulders round forward like this, that can reduce your vital lung capacity up to 30%. That means you're taking in 30% less oxygen. Now, if you're taking in 30% less oxygen, let's face it, you're not gonna have as much energy. One of the number one nutrients we need is oxygen. Oxygen is that vital vitamin that is needed by every single solitary cell in our body. So if your cells aren't getting the oxygen, right? If your red blood cells aren't picking up the oxygen, right? Then what has to happen is your respiratory rate goes up and your blood pressure goes up, and that will rob you of energy and vitality over time and lead to some dire consequences in your health later on, like, you know, decades down the road. So a simple fix for this is you could do stretches throughout the day. One of the stretches you could do is you're gonna stand up, bring your arms back just like this to where you feel a stretch through your pectoralis muscles. And then what you're gonna do is bring your arms down, back, and together just like this. So you're gonna pull your shoulder blades together, okay? So you're stretching the front and you're strengthening the back. Now, as you do that, put your head into extension, look up at the ceiling, breathe in through the nose, and you can breathe out through your mouth, although I'd recommend that you breathe out through your nose. So it's and I would recommend that you do 10 cycles of that stretch twice a day, okay? So especially for those of you that are watching this that have a desk job and you've been a desk jockey for a really long time, I call you guys office athletes. If you've been doing it for a really long time, you're sitting 8 to 10 hours a day, 5 days a week. You need to do this stretch multiple times a day. Not only will that stretch re-energize you because you're taking in more air, more oxygen, but you're also stretching things out. So you're re-energizing your body, so when you sit down, you're more likely gonna sit with better posture. Now, the other thing that you can do that'll help with posture is get one of these guys right here. This is called a vestibular disc or a wobble disc. And we have our patients wobble on this and they sit on the disc, and what that does is it helps to stabilize the core and it helps people to sit naturally with better posture. So start paying attention to your posture. Don't let yourself slouch. You know, when you're using technology, keep your cell phone up here. Make sure your computer screen at your office is eye level. If you can request your boss or your company to get a sit to stand desk, highly recommend it, right? Because they're saying now that sitting is the new smoking. So for every hour that you sit, it takes 10 minutes off your life because it's a sedentary behavior. And we spend so much time. I've even read studies, I'm working on a book right now, 13 hours a day is how much time the average American spends sitting down. Sitting down. 100 years ago, we didn't have that problem because work was work. It was manual labor. We were up, we were moving around, so we didn't have that problem. Now work has become this chronic sitting epidemic thing and sitting in front of a computer and all of that. So if you like what you hear, please like, subscribe, share this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel at Thrive Spine Center. Check out our website at thrivespinecenter.com. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment below or shoot me a personal message through Facebook, or you can even email us at thrivespinecenter@gmail.com, okay? So I hope you love this video. I hope it found you I hope it found you good today. And remember, it's Align to Thrive, because when all things are in alignment, it's all systems go, and you can truly thrive in life and get out of this survival mechanism that we primarily live in. Okay? Have a great day. It's Dr. J signing off.